Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Tom and welcome to the channel. If you are new, this is Tom's Toys 95. I'm a part-time eBay reseller as well as a video game collector. As you can see from all of this collection behind me, I also like to collect video games, so I pop into CEX quite a lot, which brings me on to the next thing, which is as a reseller I pop into charity shops, go to car boot sales, pop into retail stores and look for their sort of sales and clearance items and do a bit of retail arbitrage, and occasionally I look on Facebook Marketplace and get some second-hand pickups. Now as it's close to Christmas, I probably won't be picking up much, but if I do find anything or buy anything, then I will also include that in the video. But these series of videos, I just like to go over all of my eBay sales and show you what I've been listing this week, what I've sold, how much I paid for it and where I got it from. So what I'll do at the end of the video then is go over all of the sales and results, and we'll do a little overview and I'll do a proper breakdown of how much I've actually made in terms of profit. Without further ado, 7 sales to go over, and there's a few good ones in there, so let's get straight into it. So I always aim to make £100 a week profit, and I probably have already done that with these bunch of sales, so that's really good. It is close to Christmas, so it is kind of an anomaly in terms of this doesn't happen every week. But the first sale, let's kick it off with another watch sale. So for those of you that are regular viewers of the channel, you'll know that I've been selling these watches for quite a while, and I've listed quite a lot recently, and as a result I've started to sell, so that's good. So the first one then is this Zadig and Voltaire guitar watch. Now on the face you can see it's got like 2 guitars crossed over. Really nice watch. I paid £10 for a big bundle. Well, I paid a lot for the big bundle. They worked at £10 each, and that's gone for £52 on an offer. A little bit of back and forth, but happy to take the 52 quid. The next one is one that I've had lingering for a while. I think it might be one of my own from a kid, and this is this Star Wars Tazo collection. So it is complete. I believe I was missing one, and I found some at the car boot that you could just buy loose. Someone was selling them for like 10p a disc or something, and I found the one that I needed. So this is now a complete book, and in there is a load of Tazos which used to come in crisp packets of Walkers, and every time you buy a packet of Walkers you'd open it up, you'd get one of these Tazos, and there's 50 to collect, and you'd put them in the Star Wars binder. Now believe it or not, you'd think they'd be quite collectible and worth something, but they're actually not. They've been listed for £10 for a while, and it's sold for £10.50 plus postage, so I'm happy it's finally sold. But I believe that, you know, someone sent me an offer for like £3, £4, £5. I've been getting offers left, right and centre, but really low ball offers. So I've just stuck to my guns and kept it for a tenner. But I really thought something like this that's over 25 years old would be worth a little bit more than £10, especially complete. But I suppose if they were free in crisp packets, they're quite common, so maybe that's the reason for it. The next sale then we've got is a Zelda figure, which I'm happy to see go, because I paid £10 for these 2 figures from a TV and movie store, and I went in there and they had a few of these figures that are from 2016 I believe, and I took the Ganondorf ones, 20 quid I paid, and they sold for £21.30. This is the second one to sell, and they've both gone for the same price, so £21.30 plus postage all in has gone for £24.99. So I sold 2 of these for 50 quid, paid £20 for them. Can't argue with that. The next one then is a brand new and sealed Wii game. I can't remember where I got this from. I think I found them at the car boot. I think someone was selling a bunch of sealed Wii games. Now most of it was fodder. However, I remember playing this game, and this is a fantastic game. So if you own a Wii and you're looking for like a family or party game and you don't know what to play, buy Boom Blocks. So good. It's probably about £1 to £2 in CX, unless it's gone up in price. This was always like a £2 pre-owned game, but really good fun. And that's gone for £15.99. So I believe I paid about £3 for the sealed Wii games. So it's been on my store for a long time, but it's finally sold. But that's gone for £15.99. Now the next one is probably the best sale in a long time in terms of markup and percentage. So this next item cost me £1, and I bought it on a whim. I have no idea if it's genuine. I'm almost 100% sure it's genuine, it's just because you can tell by the signatures and stuff. But I found this signed item, and the guy only wanted £1 for it, and he was selling all the other items for £1, but this one just happened to be signed. You might not have realised it was signed. In fact, no, he did, because when I bought it, he said, oh yeah, it's signed, that one, but didn't want any extra for it. So it was £1, and this is a vinyl record, and it's of the Pink Panther. And the 2 people that composed the music for it and did the score for it have signed it. One of them has passed away, but the one, I think it's Henry Mancini. He's quite famous, and he passed away in the 90s, I believe. And this came out in the early 90s, so I believe that it would have been sort of purchased and signed at maybe one of their shows. I did put in the description that there's no certificate of authenticity, but if you look at their other signatures, it matches up perfect. And someone has paid £80 for that, so that's gone for £79.99, and I only paid £1. So really happy with the markup on that one. I did put it a little bit higher and I've reduced it. I wanted to put some feelers out because I didn't really know how much to sell it for, but I'm finally glad that that's sold, and especially for a really good price. Next item is a disc only game. Now, I only listed this yesterday. I purchased the game and steelbook from CEX for £40, and the disc has sold for £27.25. So technically on my spreadsheet I would buy the steelbook and split it, so I paid £40 for the both. I'll put the steelbook down as £20 and the game disc as £20. If it was £6, I'd put the game disc as £3 and the steelbook as £3, etc. So I always just halve the price. So in terms of profit, not a lot, and I'm still down £13 on this, but that is Gran Turismo 7 on the PS5. But I bought this really lovely steelbook, which is somewhere. So I purchased this game with the steelbook from CEX for £40, and this is a really rare steelbook. Really nice condition. Now, I already had this in my collection and I was hesitant to sell it. I wanted to sell it, but I also wanted to keep it, so I'm glad I found a second one, so now I can keep one and sell the other one. So the next thing and the last thing to sell so far this weekend are these two Nintendo Switch games, and they are still sealed and they are download onlys. Now, I bought this, I think it was like a website like Cool Shop or something like that, and they were $2.99 in the clearance. So $5.98 for the two, and they've gone for £10.50 plus postage, so not a great deal of markup on that one. But that concludes all of the sales so far, so any other sales throughout the week I'll throw in, and I'll update you daily with everything that's going on. Hello everyone, it's Wednesday. I've got about 6 or 7 more orders to go through, and we've had a really good weekend so far. Considering it's winding down for Christmas, I was expecting a few sort of low sales this week, especially compared to last. But sales have been keeping up. There's a few people that have messaged asking if I'll get it for Christmas. Obviously I can't guarantee anything, but 18th, which is today, is the last postage day, so I'm going to get all these posted on my lunch break, so I need to quickly fly through them. There's a few decent orders in here, so we've got a few big orders in terms of value, and then a few big orders in terms of actual size, so I'm pleased in both ways to get some money in and to save some space in the garage. So the first one then is, I'm not looking forward to wrapping and posting this, but this is a Tech Deck skate park. Now, it's still in the original box, so I don't think that really counts for much considering how badly damaged the box is. There's a load and load of Tech Deck skateboards in here, so I think from memory there's like 19. So this sold for £30. Now, I remember when I listed it, the skate park went for a fair bit of money, and the individual skateboards I was debating splitting up because the box itself on the back doesn't mention it comes with any skateboards. These are like add-ons. So I was tempted to take the skateboards and sell them separate, but they're only selling for like £2, £3, £4 each, and it was too much work to split them all up. So I listed it for £100 for the bundle, and it got quite a few watches. I sent offers out for 80 and then 70, and then after a while I kept reducing it, and it's just been sat on my shelf for about 6 months now. So I decided to reduce it to, I think, £40 or £45, and someone sent me an offer for 30. Now, I paid 10 for the whole lot, so £20 profit minus a bit of fees. That's not too bad, just to clear it out. It's still profit at the end of the day, and it's gone off my shelf, and that really on the shelf in the garage is a space of another box, which I could get 10 to 15, 20 small items in there. So worth the sale. Possibly could have got a bit more, but the condition the box in and the fact that, like I said, I don't know if every single part is in there, then I'm just happy to get it gone. So that's the first sale. The next one is a bucket of dinosaurs. Now, I'm pleased this is finally gone. So I had 2 of these. One had more dinosaurs than should have been in there, so there's meant to be 50. I think this, from memory, either has 50 or just shy of 50. And the second one I picked up, which was only like a week later at the car boot. I haven't seen these before, and I found 2 in 2 weeks. And then the other one had about 75 dinosaurs. Definitely got extra shoved in. So that one sold probably a couple of months ago, and this one has just gone for £8.99 plus postage. I paid £2 for it from the car boot, so still a bit of profit there. The next one is another pair of these dense gloves. Now these have done really well for me, so I'm happy that these have gone. These have gone for 40 quid, so this is the cheapest pair I've sold so far. They were up for 45, someone sent an offer for 40, I'm not going to argue with that. Whilst I sold the other two pairs for 45, £40 is still a really good offer. So I paid £3 for these in the clearance on TK Maxx. This is a third pair I've sold now, so I've got over £125 pretty much with postage and everything else on top. Minus the fees, I probably broke it about £100 on these gloves in profit. So for £9 so far, for 100 quid, I'm really happy with that. But yeah, those have gone for 40. The next sale is one I'm glad to see go. I bought these from a charity shop. I believe they were £5.50 or £5.99. They were no more than 6 quid. But for the age and what they are, I got a bit nostalgic and thought, oh, these could be worth 15, 20, 30 pounds. And realistically, they've gone for £12.50, but they've been a hard sell. And those are some Power Rangers kids rollerblades. Now I don't think they have a size in them. I think that's why it's been difficult to sell. I've had to like manually measure them, so I don't, from memory, I believe there was something slightly wrong with them, which is why they're difficult to sell. So I think it might be that there's no size label in there. But they're really cool design. They're really retro, like vintage 90s design. Really cool rollerblades, but unfortunately they're just not that in demand. So those have gone for £12.50, but they are taking up a lot of space in my shoebox, so I'm glad to see those go. The next one, shout out to my friend Connor again. He always likes to give me a few little bits to sell here and there, and he's a regular watcher of the channel, so shout out to Connor. But he gave me some Switch controllers probably about 5 months ago now, to be honest, and I was going for a box of unlisted stock, and these were in there. So there's this one and a pink one. Pink one's still listed, but this is I think fully working, apart from it's got stick drift, so I've listed all that in the description. So this was technically free, and that's gone for £14.25. So pleased to see that's gone quite quick, because I only listed that last week. We've got a couple more things then to go through. Cheap sale. This has gone for £4.95 with free postage. I bought a bundle of steelbooks off some guy on Facebook probably about, I want to say 16, 18 months ago, and he threw in a few freebies, and he put in 4 sets of these Cyberpunk art cards, which are from a game, I believe. And I thought, for 4 sets for free, I've listed them at £5 each, so after fees I'll clear about 3 quid. It'll only go as a letter, so it'll be nice and cheap to post. And it's one listing, quantity 4. Somebody has bought something which I haven't recorded yet, so it's going to slightly throw my video off when I get to it. But I bought some stuff from Aldi in the Middle Isle of Dreams, probably, I want to say last week, and I just haven't had a chance to record it yet. So I went down the aisle. There's a few things on clearance and sale because it's Christmas time, and they got some toys and stuff in. So these were the only 2 they had left, and they were £3.99 each, and they are Marvel Monster Jam, what are they called, Mystery Mudders. So these ones are pretty cool. We've got Iron Man and we've got Spider-Man. Sold them for £19.75 each. Sorry, for the pair. So £19.75 plus postage. So happy to see those go, but I'm a bit annoyed because I haven't had a chance to film the video yet. And then the next one and the last one is Sonic on the Xbox 360. I bought this last week with the gold foil cover, or the silver foil cover. So that's gone in my collection. This is my one for my collection that I've swapped out. So it's just a standard copy of the game, still pretty good condition. Whoever's getting this for Christmas, I do feel really sorry for, unless they're adding it for their collection. If they're getting this to play, this is a terrible Sonic game. So yeah, some poor lad's going to have this on Christmas, be really excited to play it, and it's probably going to be dog rough. That has gone for £17.95, and that is everything that I sold. 7 items, a few big things, which is good because it gets some space gone in my garage, and quite a bit of money coming in. So hopefully that should be it in terms of posting for Christmas. These items I'm not really looking forward to wrapping, to be honest. There's a lot of big bulky things, but at the same time it clears space. So that might be it now for Christmas, because I believe that is like the last kind of day now. So anyone that wants anything for Christmas is going to be disappointed. So yeah, it's been a long hard slog this year, I must admit. I think recently it's made up for it. I've had some really good sales over the last month. I've worked hard to get everything listed, but it's just been a very difficult year. Hey guys, scrap what I said yesterday about this potentially being the last sort of postage run for Christmas for the year. I've made 6 more sales overnight, and quite a few people have got in touch with me asking if I can post things ASAP. So I've got 6 items to go through. One of them I upgraded the postage and said I can do track 24 instead of just standard second class, and the rest should all go standard, but hopefully they get it in time. So no particular order, I've just put it all in the bag, so I'm just going to go through the first one. So this is another one of these items. I don't know if you're going to see this before or after in the video, but I picked this up from Aldi, from the Middle Isle of Dreams, same as those figures yesterday, those monster truck figures. So this was $9.99 in the sale, and it's just Disney Duplo. They had a few sets, but the other sets weren't worth as much, and they had 2 of these, so I've got 1 more at home, and this one has sold relatively quickly. So $9.99, and I sold that for £19. So I'm pleased with that sale. It's gone really quickly. I only bought that last week, and it's only been listed about 3 or 4 days, so that's flew out. The next one is a pair of football boots. Now these have been lingering for a while, but I'm pretty sure these are the sort of medium to expert level. I don't know why I say expert, that's the wrong phrase, like professional boots. They usually come out with like a standard pair which are cheap, then they do like a medium pair which is like some of the pro features but like not as good and a bit cheaper, and then they do like the pro level which is like really expensive. So these are Nike Tiempos, and they are Zoom Air, so I believe they are the like real McCoy. They were from the car boot for 15 quid, and they are really good condition. There's a few like bits on there which could probably be cleaned up a bit better. There are some signs of aging, but overall really good quality pair of football boots, and those have gone for $35.99. Now those have been lingering for probably about 2 years, and I don't know why. It's a really good pair of boots, but you know, for some reason they just haven't sold. I've had really low ball offers on them, but as I said, they do like 3 tiers of football boots, and I'm pretty sure these are like the £120 pair. So I've kept them at a fairly good price, so 35 quid. I probably double my money after fees, but they have been lingering a lot longer than I thought they would. But I'm glad that they've sort of finally sold. I've sold a bit of footwear and those rollerblades recently, so my shoebox is now dwindling down, which is good, because when the car boot season does start again, I'll probably fill that up relatively quickly. So the next item then, let's go with this Wolves football shirt, and this is a men's extra small Adama Traore shirt. Now he doesn't play for Wolves anymore, but they are a fairly local team to me, and this was £3 from the car boot, and that has gone for £27.99. So it's got the Premier League badges on it, Adama on the back. Now it's a really small size, like a kid's size, however it's still classed as an adult shirt, so maybe football collectors and stuff want it. £25 profit before fees, not going to argue with that at all. Really good sale. The next one is a PlayStation 4 game. I found this on the Xbox One, and this came with some bonus content, and that actually sold for less than what this copy has, and this has no bonus content. It should do, but it's been removed as it was second hand. So this should include a keyring, a manual, and I believe like a postcard or something. And the one on Xbox had it all, but it was Xbox branded, so I couldn't put it in the PS4 version. So the Xbox One, I think I paid like 4 quid for the game, and it went for like £13.99. This one has gone for £16.95, but without the bonus stuff, and that is Alex Kidd in a Miracle World XD, so I believe DX, sorry. So this is a remake of an old, I think it's like a Master System game. It's just got the disc, and as you can see, they've got the artwork in there as well to replicate that, so pretty cool. I haven't actually played the game. I was tempted to give it a play, but I believe it's on the like PS Plus or something, so if I ever want to play it I can just download it. But yeah, I'm surprised that one's gone for a lot more on the PS4 despite not having the bonus stuff. And then the next one is the one that someone asked me to upgrade the postage on, and this is a Modern Warfare 2 Call of Duty Steelbook. This would have stayed in my collection, but I have a sealed copy, and this came from CEX, where I bought the standard copy of the game, and it was the rare case where you actually got the game and the steelbook. It wasn't just the steelbook with a disc in. So I managed to sell the game on its own, I think for like £14. I paid £12 for the both, so I already made my money back on that sale. So this is pure profit. Unfortunately, it's got no disc or anything, so it's just a steelbook, so it's not worth as much as I was hoping, but that has gone for £7.50 plus postage. And then the last item is 2 things in one, and we have got these Handmade by Robots collectible figures. These were from the Chainsaw Massacre series, and I picked these up from, I think, B&M or B&M Bargains, yeah. So these were £6.99 each, so I paid, what, £14 for them, and they have gone for £28, so double my money, minus a bit of fees. I'll probably get about 25 quid all in afterwards. So we've got Leatherface and Grandpa Sawyer. Now these are plastic vinyl figures. They're a bit like Funkos, except they're made to look like they're knitted. So if you have a look there, you can see the knitted pattern on there. So they're a relatively new toy company, toy item. I've seen a few of these. I've got some Scooby-Doo ones left in stock, and I only tend to pick up the main characters from the big series, so there's a few in there that I've not really heard of. They don't really sell too well on eBay, but these ones look pretty cool. And I believe this one, the Grandpa Sawyer one, is a limited edition, so that should add a little bit of value. So £28 for those, really happy with that. So another few good sales, so we're looking like we're heading for a really good week again, and it's only Thursday, still got tonight and tomorrow to make sales, but that definitely will be it for Christmas now. If I make any posted runs tomorrow, they're definitely not getting there for Christmas, so these might just about get there, so I'm going to get these posted on my lunch just in case, and hopefully whoever bought them, you know, gets them in time for Christmas. But otherwise, that is everything, and I'm going to cut the video here. If anything sells by tomorrow night, then I will obviously let you know, but otherwise that should be it now for Christmas. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, I also like to go charity shopping, and at the weekend I went to probably about 6 or 7 charity shops. There's a high street not too far from me, and I went and made some pickups. Me and my partner went, and yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff to go through. Now, some of it is quite random. I usually try and get new stuff or good second-hand clothing and video games. There's a bit of random stuff in here, so let's just get into it. The first thing is this Mankind WWF Attitude car. Now, this isn't worth a lot of money, but I only paid £1 for it. The nostalgia kind of made me pick it up. It is from 1999 or 1998. Pretty cool car. Goes for around about £4 or £5, so not a great deal of profit on it, but it's a pretty cool thing to own. I'm not too sure what charity shops I went into in terms of the names and what's from where, but all of these came from one charity shop or another, so I'm not going to put them in any particular order. So the first one, I think this was £1, and this is a Royal Mail tie. So this is a staff issued tie that someone in the sorting office would probably wear. So this is probably worth about £8 or £9. I think all the ties, apart from one, which I'll tell you when I go for it, are all worth about £8. So I think there's only 3 actually. So the other one that's worth about £8 is this Royal National Lifeboat Institution tie, or the RNLI. So this one's got a load of different flags and stuff on it, which is pretty cool. And that was £2 as well. And the last one was £2, which is this Southampton Football Club tie. Now, from experience, I've sold a few football ties and they always sell super quick, but I list them at a fairly high price, but they still sell really quickly. So I don't know whether I'm listing them too cheaply. The average you'll get for a tie is probably about £8 or £9. With the football ones, I list them for like £15, £20, and they always sell really well. So this one is a Southampton tie, and it is a 1898 to 2001, so I believe they moved stadium. I'm not sure if it got demolished or not, or they moved stadium, but anyway, this stadium was 103 years old, and this is a celebratory tie, so it has that detailing on there. So this tie is probably about 23, 24 years old, so could get a strong price on that. I'll probably be asking for around £25. I can always reduce it, but based on the other ties I've sold, I listed them, as I said, for £15, £20, and they always sell within a couple of days. So there's not usually much competition on eBay for stuff like that, so I might ask for a strong price. So the next item then, there's 2 of the same actually. They're both found in different charity shops, but they are the same football team. So I found 2 casual football shirts for a team fairly local, it's probably about an hour from me, called Wolverhampton Wanderers. And this shirt here is a nice striped polo shirt, men's size large, and it was only £3. With club merchandise, you don't always get like a really strong price. Sometimes if the teams are of lower quality and they're not as popular, then you can fetch a little bit more, just because there's not as many in demand, and therefore they're harder to find. But if you get like a Liverpool polo shirt from the club shop, you're not getting more than like £10 for that. So probably not worth it really, but £3 I could probably get about 12 to 15 for that one. It is really good condition. It is a men's large, it's a good size. Now the next shirt I kind of got on an impulse, and I was hoping it was like a Score Draw retro remake. However, it was out the back, so I had to ask for it, and it was a bit awkward once they'd got it down and everything to say no. And I probably would have picked it up anyway, to be honest, but this one was £4.99, so it's a little bit more expensive. This is also a Wolves shirt. This is a black long sleeve shirt, probably retro inspired, so I was hoping it would be like an actual like 70s replica shirt, but it is again official Wolves merchandise. But the thing that's disappointing, which I didn't really realise until I picked it up, was that it's a woman's size 12. So if it was a men's, say that was like a men's medium or large, I'd be asking 15 to 20 on that, because it is quite a nice top.
As a women's, I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing. The women's game is getting more popular, and women obviously do attend sporting fixtures, so women will buy these types of things. I just don't know if that's going to linger as much as maybe a man size would. But as it was a fiver, I must sell that for at least like 10, 15 quid. Aim for 15 and get 10 after fees. And those ones are more impulsive just because I like football and I like football shirts and stuff, so I kind of just pick up what I enjoy, really. The next one is a little bit random. This is a Harry Potter Goblet of Fire Dell Studio print. Now, I don't know what this really is. It's just like sample photo paper, but I thought it was quite unique because it had the Harry Potter thing in it. The actual CD itself only goes for like £4 to £5 on eBay, but this is still sealed, so I thought a Harry Potter collector might want this in their collection, and this was only £1.50. A couple of cheap games. These were 50p each. We've got Darksiders 1 and Darksiders 2. The bundle probably goes for around £5 or £6, but they're both complete with the manual, good condition, and the discs aren't too scratched either, so nice, quick, easy listing. So the next shop I went into was Oxfam, and these all came from Oxfam. So they were all £2.49 each, except one, which was the first book, which is actually the smallest book out of all of them, was £4.99, and I believe that's just because it's older, and they always tend to do their research in those sorts of shops. So I don't think I got like an amazing deal, but I did get quite a good deal. So we've got 4 Harry Potter books. They're all hardback, which is why I bought them. So the first 4 on hardback are actually quite hard to find, and the last 3 on paperback are quite hard to find. So once they got to like book 4 or 5, they all came out on hardback, and they're all pretty much first edition, and the series is super popular then. So the first editions of like 5, 6 and 7 books aren't actually that expensive. Book 3 and 4 probably not so much, but book 1 and 2, if you get first edition, then you're sitting on a little small gold mine. So these ones aren't first edition, I don't think, or at least they're not first print, sorry, but still not a bad price for a hardback book. So this is, I believe, it might be a first edition, but it's the 33rd print, so it's not the best version, but it is hardback, it is good condition. That was a £5, and then the rest were £2.49. So we've got the Chamber of Secrets, and it does come with the dust cover as well. Pretty good condition, can't see any damage or anything on it, so that is another one. Then we've got the Half-Blood Prince, which unfortunately is missing the dust cover, and we've got the Order of the Phoenix, which has the dust cover, but it is a bit sun-faded, and I believe this one, so that one is first edition, so it says that at the bottom there, I don't know how well you can see that. And is the Half-Blood Prince first edition as well? Yes, it is, so that is also first edition. Now, I have a load of Harry Potter books which I haven't shown on my channel yet. I picked them up from my mum's actually. Once I bought these, this kind of inspired me to go and get them. In my mum's garage, I have been saving a load of Harry Potter books, and I had a load of Harry Potter books I've been collecting and hoarding for, you know, the last 4 or 5 years that I've been reselling, and some of them I have sold and got some good money for. The rest I wanted to properly look into the editions and how it works, and you know, some are worth more than others, so I didn't want to be too hasty and sell them too cheap. So I kind of just let this collection build up, and there's actually a lot more there than I remember having. So the fact that I'm missing a couple in the set doesn't matter too much. I can combine them all together, so hopefully I can get a full hardback set out of the ones that I've got here. So yeah, in terms of value, I think a full hardback set, I've sold one in the past for £100. I don't think that's too far off what they still go for, so if I can get about 60 to 80 quid for the full set, that would be good. So I think for the ones that I've got there, I think at least 30 to £40. Now, the last thing that I picked up was I went to a shop called D&S Bargains. I don't know if there's multiple around the country, it's just a standalone shop. However, I did pick up some football shirts probably about 6 to 8 episodes back in probably October time, and I picked up a load of discounted Rangers football shirts. They were Castore, and they were all about £70 at retail, and they got them for £10 each. So that's how much they were selling them for. So I picked a load out, and I showed them on my channel before, and I've sold quite a few of them. In that bundle was a couple of rare ones, and one of them has already sold for £57.99, which I paid a tenner for. And I went back to that shop to see what they had left, and there was actually a few shirts left, and some they'd obviously put out since I went the last time. Maybe they had some back stock that they didn't put out. So one of the rare shirts that I bought for £10 before was the only one I thought they had left. They actually had 2 more of that shirt, so I went and picked up a big bundle. We've got 12 shirts, and it came to 120 quid, took it to the counter, and then he said, to be fair, since you bought a lot, I'll do your deal anyways, I'll do 80 quid for the lot. So all of these shirts cost me £6.67 each, which is a bargain. I'm not going to show all the shirts in one go because there's quite a lot of duplicates. But we've got 2 of these Mansfield Town third goalkeeper shirts. So these were the ones that I sold for £57.99. So I'm glad that I found 2 more of these. So hopefully I get £100 back on those 2. There's 2 of these long sleeve sponsorless Rangers shirts. These only go for around 20-25 quid, but they're only a tenner, and obviously with the discount £6.67, so still a decent pickup on those ones. And then I believe there's 8 of these, and they're a few different sizes, but we've got this one doesn't say replica, this says pro, so this is like the pro version the actual goalkeeper would wear, but it's a sponsorless pro version of the Rangers. I think it's the away goalkeeper shirt from a couple of seasons ago. So we've got multiple sizes, a few XLs and that in there. So those, as they're the pro versions, they might be worth a little bit more. So I believe I could probably get around 40 to 50 quid easily on those, and there's 8 of them. So I think out the whole of that shirt bundle, they will take a while to sell, but I reckon I could probably get around 400 quid back on all of those once they all sell. So I'm very, very happy with those pickups. So everything has now sold, been wrapped, posted off, and the week is concluded, and it's time to go over all of the results. So this week I made 21 sales, which is pretty decent, and my gross sales in total was £567.94, which is a really, really good fee. Now my eBay fee is slightly higher than normal because of the volume I've sold, and that was £90.79. And the postage cost me £61.51. So the cost to buy then all of these items, so the 21 items that I sold cost me a total of £154.39, which means once I've taken away all of those deductions, my net profit for the week is £261.25. So really, really happy with that. My target, as I said before in my other videos, is £100. So £261, very, very good week. It is, very close to Christmas, so I'm not under any illusion that these sales figures are going to keep up throughout the rest of the year, but let's hope. So I am getting on top of my listings more this year. The YouTube videos have motivated me to just keep listing and keep buying stuff and whatever else and recycling things. However, I'm trying to be more picky with what I do buy so that I'm not just buying junk and tat. But yeah, £261.25 profit, so really, really happy with that. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new, please consider subscribing. If you're a subscriber and you've been watching these videos for a while, then please like the video, it helps me out, and please comment down below what was your favourite pickup. I want to get some more interaction in the comments this year, so I know a lot of you watch and some of you do leave a comment, which is cool, but it'd be nice to ask some questions or just get the comment section alive a bit more. So if you've got anything, whether it's improvements, what you want to include in the video, if there's anything you've got a question or you want something answering, please let me know in the comments, and if it's a good question I will try and throw it into one of the week's videos and answer the question in the video as well. So yeah, that's it for me, and I'll see you later.